The second logic puzzle or the logic problem that we're going to be taking a look at here is just how to solve a Sudoku. And there are many different ways, and this is something that, you know, maybe it's pretty common. A lot of people do these. But we're just going to take a look at just simplifying and how to solve a Sudoku. So a Sudoku has a few different rules. Number one, it involves a 81 grid square, which is a 9 by 9 square, and it's divided into 9 blocks, each containing 9 squares. So here we have a Sudoku here. Each of these blocks has 9 squares in them. And the rules of the game are pretty simple. Each of the 9 blocks has to contain the numbers 1 to 9. So this block right here has to have the numbers 1 through 9. This block, 1 through 9. This block, 1 through 9, and so on and so forth. Okay, each number can, each number can only appear once in each row and column. So in this row right here, we have to have the numbers 1 through 9. This row, or this column, same thing. This row, numbers 1 through 9. This row, numbers 1 through 9. And to solve a Sudoku, we can then kind of use those rules to help us out. And kind of we can use our, again, logical reasoning brains to kind of solve each of these puzzles. Now, there's different difficulties. Again, some are easier, some are a little bit harder, and the difficulty lies in that each vertical 9 square column or horizontal 9 square line across within the square must also contain 1 through 9, no repetition, no omission as well. Now, there's only one correct solution to each one, and so there is only, it's going to be a correct solution or it's not going to be a correct solution, and you need to double check and see, is there any repeat along in there. So one of the things you can do is you can, this is something that I've kind of find sometimes handy, put out our numbers 1 through 9, and we need 9 of each of them, okay? So right now we have there's 2 1s, there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 6s, and so on and so forth. We need 9 of them. Once we have all 9 placed, we can just stroke out our number so that we know which ones are done. Now, I'm just going to show you a little bit of how I would solve them. I'm going to go through this one a little bit. I might end up doing the whole thing. We'll kind of see how things go. Depends on how hard it gets, and it depends if I get stumped or make a mistake. But I'm going to go through with you how I would solve this. So the first thing I would do is I would try to look for something simple. This one right here blocks off, so this one there will not be ones here, and this one says that there's not going to be ones here, which means that one of these two has to be a 1. And something that you can do is you can just put a little 1 in both those, knowing that one of those has to be a 1. Now, if one of these has to be a 1, that means that this row does not have a 1. And there's a 1 here, so these two cannot be a 1. That means that this is the only other place that we could put a 1. Okay? And so that's going to just count that one as being a 1. That's done there. I don't see any other really easy spots to put a 1 at this point, so I'm just going to leave those for right now. Next thing I'm going to do here is I look and I see that in this square there's no 6, but this one cannot be a 6 because of that one. This 6 means that this one cannot be a 6, and this 6 means that this one cannot be a 6. The only other option right here is that this one has to be a 6. Okay? And now you'll notice here that this inside square has 6 numbers already, and it's just missing these 3. Okay, and those 3 need to be, let's see, we have 1, 2, they need to be a 3, a 4, and a 5. Okay, right now it's a little bit tough here. So this one can't be a 3, this one can't be a 5, and any of these 4 or any of those 3 can be a 4. So I can't really solve that yet, but it's something to kind of think about. I can put like a 3 and a 4 here. I usually do them kind of in a grid as well. This one here could be a 4 or a 5, and this one could be a 3, a 4, or a 5. Okay, we don't know yet. That will be somewhere along those lines. Okay, let's see. Maybe we can solve something else. We know that these two have to be a 5. This one, there's a 5 here, so one of these two is going to be a 5. Not sure exactly where that one's going to be yet. So let's maybe see if we can solve for something else. Here we go. This row right here, we have a 1, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We need a 2, an 8, and a 9. Well, these two right here, there's already 9s in these columns, so these ones will not be a 9, meaning that this one has to be a 9. Okay? That means that these two have to be the 2 and the 8. The 8 is right here, so this one can't be an 8, so this one must be a 2, and that means that that one must be an 8. There we go. Okay? So we've now solved that entire row, and that could really help us out as we go forward. Okay. Yeah, so that could definitely help us out kind of as we go forward. So looking at kind of a row, looking at columns, maybe there's a certain column that's pretty much full and we can kind of look at that one. Right now I don't see any that are glaring out at me that work, but we can start to kind of pick away and say which ones do work. So in here we know that these ones could both be 1. 2, this one can't be a 2, but this one, this one, this one, and this one could be 2s. Okay, so that's an option there. 3s, we already have a 3, so none over there. 4, well, there's nothing keeping us from having a 4. There's nothing over here. There's nothing over here. These ones, 4 could be both there. So we could have 4s anywhere. So I'm going to put 4 in every one of these. Now this is sometimes a way of kind of helping us. 5's right there. 6, well, we have a 6. 6 is here. There's a 6 here. So the only one that could be a 6 is this one up here. So I'm going to actually erase those two. And I know now that this must be a 6. Okay. And the other thing I know is that this is the only spot that there could now be a 1. So this one has to be a 1. Okay. There we go. Solved that one. All right. 7. 7, it looks like this is the one that's not a 7. So we do a 7, a 7, and a 7. 8. Again, this one is not an 8. So we have, oh, here we go. Oh, I just solved something here. Nope, maybe not. Oh, yeah, maybe here. Okay, here's 2 8s. So these ones can't be 8s. This is the only opportunity for an 8. And so that means that this could be an 8 and this could be an 8. Okay, not sure yet which one, but one of those two. And 9, there already is a 9, so that's solved. So we know that this square could be a 2, 4, 7. This one's a 2, 4, 7, or 8. This one's just a 4. That's only one. Whoa, wait a minute. That means that we can make this into a 4. And that means that this one will no longer be a 4. This one will no longer be a 4. And this involves a lot of erasing, which is okay. And this one's not going to be a 4 right there. Okay, so that just already simplifies things a lot. Okay, so there's ways of simplifying it. Now this column right here, we're missing a 1, so one of those is going to be a 1. 2, 3, 4, 5. There will be either a 1 or a 5. Okay, I don't know which it will be. So I'm just going to have to leave 1 and a 5 in there. Okay, I'm going to have to leave it as it is. Now, we go through and we solve these. We try to come up with all of our possible values. And once it's completed, then every single one will be filled. And all of our little hints and tips and tricks and stuff like that will be closed off. The final notes, I'm going to make sure to finish this outside of the video. The final notes will have this in there. And you can kind of go through and maybe try it yourself and then figure out, did you get it correct based on the final notes. For the Sudokus, I've given you 6 Sudokus to go do. They work from easy to hard. Do at least 1 Sudoku. Try to do 2. If you get all 6, that is awesome. Okay, so try to get 1, try 2, and then if you get all 6 of them, that would be awesome.